இந்திய ரயில்வே துறை மற்றும் தபால் துறை இணைந்து துவங்கியுள்ள புதிய பார்சல் சேவை குறித்த ஆலோசனைக் கூட்டம் கோவை அவினாசி சாலையில் உள்ள சாம்பர் டவர்ஸ் அரங்கில் நடைபெற்றது. இக்கூட்டத்தில் ரயில்வே மற்றும் தபால் துறையின் உயர் அதிகாரிகள் மற்றும் அலுவலர்கள் கலந்து கொண்டனர். இந்நிகழ்வில் ரயில்வே வாரியத்தின் நிர்வாக இயக்குநர் சத்யகுமார் செய்தியாளர்களை சந்தித்தார். அப்போது அவர் தெரிவித்ததாவது:
Good afternoon to you all. The objective of having this meeting today with the Chamber of Commerce, along with the Department of Posts, the representatives, especially the Postmaster General here, is to apprise everyone about an initiative which is basically derived from the budget announcement of the financial year. In February, we had the Finance Minister announcing that railways should take the lead in integration with the postal network to ensure seamless logistics in the parcel segment. So this was the Government of India's directive as mandated in the budget speech, and based on that, immediately the Ministry of Railways and Department of Post started actualizing the announcement, and on the 8th of March, it was decided that a proof of concept would be conducted by Railways and the Department of Posts in Surat area. So essentially, the experiment was to collaborate so that the first mile and the last mile connectivity would be provided by the postal department, and the middle mile would be served by the railways. And as far as the customer is concerned, it would be a seamless logistic movement. Having announced on the 8th of March, there was another mandate that this cargo will not be moved as you find parcels which are currently moved in the railways in loose condition. The parcels were to be carried in sealed boxes, something similar to what we find in airline cargo. So within these boundary conditions, the proof of concept was conducted, and on the 31st of March, that is almost 23 days after the announcement, we conducted the first trial, if you may call. We attached a parcel van to Tapti Ganga Express. The capacity of the parcel van was 23 tons. Initially, we started with a weekly service once in a week, and as we stand today, we almost have run 76 services as on date. Uh, Initially, the utilization of the parcel van was very less because, as you know, I mean, we had a lot of learning. Against 23 tons, only 11 tons could be loaded, and later, around the 20th trip or so, we started using 100% of the capacity of the parcel van. The boxes which were mandated were to be specially designed, and the boxes were designed taking into consideration the parcel van doors width and height. So the boxes were of the dimensions 1 meter by 1.2 meter into 1.6 meter height, and obviously these size of boxes cannot be manually handled. So a semi-automated mechanism has been created to handle these boxes in the railway premises. So we converted our coach into something called a ball transfer unit deck. I mean, to what it means is we have a coach of around 22 meters length into around 6 meters width. The floor has been converted by embedding stainless steel balls which are 20 centimeters apart from each. And once you put a flat pallet and any amount of load, the load just gets transferred easily onto the inside the coach. So with this arrangement, we could load the boxes easily into the coach, and of course, you had to take these boxes outside the coach also and handle it in the parcel offices. So similar machinery has been created of the ball transfer unit deck in the parcel office, a trolley, and as you keep loading the coach height goes down. So you needed to have a small interface mechanism of scissors lift trolley. So this mechanism was evolved over around 3 weeks period from 8th of March till 31st of March. And finally, we ran the first trip, and today we are, as I mentioned, we completed 76 trips, almost uh, carrying around 1600 tons as on date. And now, on the 16th of November, the Railway Board and the Department of Posts have decided that this proof of concept would be now proliferated and expanded across the entire rail and the postal network. And it is in this context that we wanted to interact at different levels. We created joint marketing teams of the postal and the railways at the apex level, at the regional level of the postal, which is equivalent to the zonal level of the railways, and also at the divisional level of the railways and the perhaps the divisional level of the postal as well. And here we are to actually fill in one of the biggest gaps which railways had in terms of transport, that is not having the first mile and the last mile. Over a period of time, we actually innovated, because originally we offer the post and railways were offering end-to-end service, and when customers wanted a flexibility of a combination first mile and the middle mile, or the middle mile and the last mile, so that also was done by the Department of Post in October, where the flexibility was given for choosing either one of the combinations. Either you can have an integrated first mile, middle mile, and last mile, or first mile and middle mile and last mile. Some of the interesting features which probably stand out for this product are that there is an insurance cover of 0.03% of the value of the cargo which is provided by the post. These are timetable runs. They are not uh, open-ended transits. And of course, as I mentioned, since we are carrying in the boxes, the ease of transport, the safety, the reliability would be very, very high. And now we are in the process of expanding this proof of concept, and we are in the process of developing a mobile app wherein a customer can actually download the app, and he will be provided with all the features of what a modern logistic provider would give in terms of getting information about the product itself, in terms of booking and the process that what you see in any of the logistic providers, right? Taking you up through the processes of booking through a very highly interactive interface. And of course, if there is any feedback or a suggestion to be made, that provision is also there. And at every touch point, we have identified 16 touch points where the cargo would move from the customer from the front end to the final delivery. So at each of these stages, the customer would be provided with the necessary alerts that would be required for him to get the information about the transit of his cargo. So these are some of the features. The timetable run is, of course, the most important one. Second is the being two mammoth organizations with a reach of 7,000 stations for the railways and almost 7 lakh post offices. I mean, it all depends upon how the work is carried out by the joint marketing efforts of the postal and the railways in terms of reaching out to every nook and corner of the country to get this trade onto a highly environment friendly, and cost efficient mode of transport. So this is the reason we are here today. In fact, we wanted to interact first with the the local trade and the Chamber of Commerce, and then elicit their views on taking this forward. And this city is ranked one amongst the top 15 cities in terms of the GDP of the country, and Coimbatore is known for MSME industries, as well as some in some parts also for the heavy machinery as well. And this entire belt from Coimbatore, Tirupur, Erode, Salem, we are looking forward with a lot of, hope that this would actually be a pioneering sector as we launch this proof of concept and expand it across the country. So this is what I had to